The driving belt slipped on my Toro Timecutter SS4225 42 inches. 0-turn riding mower. 1. I need reliable instructions on how to access the drive belt and a diagram showing how the belt is installed. 2. In addition, the mounting bolt for the electric clutch won't come out. I have a helper holding the flywheel nut steady, but as I turn my ratchet counterclockwise on the mounting bolt, the flywheel and clutch pulley turn, and the mounting bolt does not come out. 3. Yes, it gets worse. I think the flywheel nut is starting to become stripped. It now slips when my helper holds it steady as I turn the ratchet on the mounting bolt. This machine is less than a year old. I'm surprised to see a bolt stuck on this tight without rust. I've been a DIY mechanic on cars for over 20 years and have never encountered an unrusted bolt that was stuck like this.
https://www.toro.com/getpub/85244. Page 16 shows the belt diagram. Toro has no manual for replacing the belt. Their owner's manual says take it to dealer. But as for getting the 7/16 bolt out of the end of the crankshaft, I assume you don't have an impact wrench, air or the electric for doing tires? If not, you can remove a spark plug, and with piston down, thread a small rope or a large cord into the spark plug hole, until you have enough to lock the engine when the piston comes up. Then you can loosen the nut, and use a 6-point socket and a breaker bar with cheater pipe to loosen the bolt.
1. I have an electric impact wrench. I need to get an extension to use it with my socket. Probably won't have that delivered until Wednesday. Curious why you think an impact wrench will make a difference. Won't that just turn the flywheel and clutch the same way my ratchet did? I kept turning the mounting bolt with my ratchet, and the bolt simply rotated along with the flywheel and clutch. 2. Once I remove the spark plug, how do I ensure the piston is down? Thank you for your advice.
Impact works by impact and does not spin the assembly like a slow-moving wrench. Trust me, with a 6-point impact socket, it will come right out. To see if piston is down, remove spark plug. You would use a probe or wire and feel for the piston, and turn until it is down.
Thanks, try the impact wrench. On your second part, you write, turn until it is down. Turn what, exactly? Not sure what you mean there.
Piston down in its travel.
Still waiting for my extension on the impact wrench to be delivered. The drive belt is intact. Not sure why it slipped off after less than a year of use. It will take several days for a new one to arrive. Wondering if I should just try to putting the current drive belt back on. If the drive belt slips, does that mean it is definitely unusable? Thanks. Curtis, the impact wrench extension came, and long story short, the impact wrench doesn't budge the mounting bolt for the electric clutch. In fact, the motor for the impact wrench started smoking after not too long, so I had to stop. Any other ideas on getting this mounting bolt off?
Left to loosen. How long is extension? The more extension, the less torque gets to the bolt. Did you try the rope in the spark plug hole to block the piston and use a wrench and a cheaper pipe to loosen? Bolt should be less than 100 feet-pounds.
If necessary, I will give the piston trick a try. The mounting bolt is on so tightly that I can't realistically remove it without much more high-powered impact tools. The extension on my socket is very short, so that is not the problem. I suspect an excess of Loctite was applied to bolt at the assembly plant. Listen, I really need a diagram for belt placement. Without that, I'm just guessing at how the belt goes on. The diagram on page 16 of the manual you linked me to only shows the idler pulley placement, not the engine pulley. Are you able to draw me a picture that shows where the engine pulley fits in that diagram? If not, this may all be for nothing.
Transmission pulley at each end, engine is the larger center loop and the idler goes in the smaller loop. For any belt to grip, it has to have at least half of the pulley contacting the belt. So there is only one way for that to happen. With that said, why does the engine pulley need to be removed? Put belt overt transmissions first, then engine pulley and idler last. Idler has two pulleys. On is smaller to just kick the belt over, on the backside, to clear brackets. The larger pulley on the idler is the true tension pulley. https:/media.toro.com/publishing-images/product catalog 440x510 dual-hydrostatic drive system code 2382-TCZ_hydrostatic_drive.jpg.
I am not removing the engine pulley, not trying to remove any pulleys except the idler, which came off no problem. Since the belt is intact, I'm trying to put it back on the pulleys in the correct framework. Thanks for the picture. I will try to use that. May still need some clarification.
Okay.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.